No, we want to talk about how to design reports, how to design visuals in Power BI. So that's what we want to do. So I'm going to quickly run through a slide. And after I've run through the slide, we are going to jump into Power BI desktop. Is that okay, guys? So in our Power BI desktop, I believe you can see my Power BI desktop screen, right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, so in the Power BI desktop, we are going to build some reports eventually, you understand? So this is where we stopped in our last class. So if you are just joining us, if you are whatever category you fall into, you should, I want us to download, I want us to open our Power BI file that you are working with from the last class, because we are eventually going to work on it today also. Is that okay, guys? But before we work on it, we want to talk about how to design effective visuals in Power BI. So the focus is on Power BI. Although some things are going to be, you can transfer some of those things I'm going to say to any other tool like Excel eventually, but there will be some emphasis on Power BI. Is that okay, guys? So because when we want to design visuals in Power BI, it is both an art and a science. You understand that it's an art and a science. There are principles behind it. Those principles are like scientific principles. Is that okay, guys? But it's also an art because it's like we are being creative. So, but it's a process that can be learned, You can learn how to combine colors, you can combine, you understand how to use the right charts and things like that. So we want to quickly go through that. Are we okay, guys? Are we good to go? So eventually we've talked about this guy. I believe you guys must have been seeing this slide for like maybe the 100th time now in my class. Is that not so? Abdurrahman, Temitope, I cite you.
Yeah, me.
Yeah. So as I was saying, we have seen this slide. We have seen this slide before now. This slide before. So this may be like the 100th time. So we are at this stage now into
My
this
network
class.
is quite unstable. So
Okay. So this is where we are now into this class. We are at this stage. This is where we are now. Is that okay, guys? So we want to talk about Power BI reports.
yes, okay.
And but before we talk about that, we want to talk about characteristics of effective data visualization. So what is an effective data visualization? We want, these are some steps. Anyway, I didn't write these steps, so I took it from another resource for us to learn. So, but what are the characteristics of effective data visualization? Because eventually you want to design effective visuals. So we have some points in red, some points in black. Let me just start with the black points. There must be alignment of intent with the visual. So don't let your visual to miscommunicate what you are trying to, like, as that is in your mind, pour it out like that in your visual. Is that okay? So you want it to be simple as self-describing. They don't need to call you. If you have a visual you have submitted for your work, a report, the person that is going to eventually read it does not need to call you that, oh, Temitope, Temitope, come and explain, what do you mean in this place? It must be so simple as that. So if it is simple, eventually it's going to be easy to understand, and it should be easy to navigate. If there is a slicer somewhere, let them know there is a slicer. If you want your audience to click on a button to do something, let them know. You understand what I'm trying to say? It must be easy to navigate. and it must have a flow. There must be a storyline. And you have to use the right chart for the right data. It also has to be visually appealing. When we talk about visually appealing, we don't mean complicated slides. We complicated visuals, or you're adding elements you don't need. Basically, any visual you want to do, you want to put the right amount of information that is going to make the user to understand what you are putting. Which means that if you are putting something in that visual, if it does not add to understanding, then that thing should not be there. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? If you put something in your visual and it is showing your visual, if it does not add to understanding of that particular data or visual, then it should not be there. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's not about, oh, fine. No. So don't choose visually appealing over now adding unnecessary elements. The elements must be there for a reason. And your color usage must be meaningful. You don't just use color because you like color. No, use colors meaningfully. Eventually, you don't want to be using more than 2 colors in your visual. More than 2. Any visual should have not have more than 2 colors. Except whether you are showing different categories and you have legends. But eventually, with legends, I don't know why you should be putting 3 or 4 legends together. So are we together, guys? So your visuals should not make that's like easy to understand. Don't make the person that is going to be checking it to think. Like, they should see and understand. Don't cause frustration. Let it be easy to understand. You understand? So we also have some other points which are clear purpose, problem solving, high level of relevancy. So these 3 points in red, we are not going to be focusing on the 3 points. Most of what we are going to be talking about is on the white points, is on the black points. I'm sorry, you understand? So, but at the end of the day, you want to have a clear purpose. Your clear purpose means that what this point are talking about is you are basically using your visuals to answer the right questions. So the W questions, the where, when, why, where, you understand those questions, you are using it to answer it. So if your visual is not doing any of those 2 things, any of those W questions, I don't know what your visual is doing. Is that okay, guys? So these points, previous slide and the next slide, they are brothers and sisters. So we have now summarized all these points into 5 C's of effective visual. So if you are submitting any visual to me, or if I'm seeing any visual, I want you to put on a lens. Guys, are we together?
Yes.
Yes. I want us to put on a lens. That lens is going to be checking 5 things. Once you have a pass mark in those 5 things, then you are good to go. So what do you think is the first of all most important thing in effective visual? Hello?
Okay, I think right. Yes. Yeah, we teach that.
I'm asking a question. What do you think is the first point you need to take note in effective visual? The very first thing.
Concise.
What do you say?
Concise.
I mean, please, if you are not trying to talk to us and you are unmuted, please let's unmute ourselves, please.
Clear purpose.
Yes, somebody saying
clear and concise.
Clear and concise. Okay, we can do better.
Clear purpose.
Clear purpose.
Clear purpose.
Conceptual.
Okay, clear purpose. Conceptual. Oladipo, you still have network issue. Use the chat. Someone says concise.
Should be insightful.
Should be what?
Insightful.
I can't hear that English. I'm sorry. Maybe it's
insightful. That's Like someone
Insightful.
should be able to, yes, someone should be able to deduce
Okay.
something from the visual.
Okay. I want to hear more. I want to hear more. Naima. Okay, somebody is saying choose right chart. I want to hear more. Guys, Naima, Engineer Clement.
Step 5, what is insightful?
Okay.
Presentable.
Presentable. Okay. Okay. Do we have more options?
Clarity.
Who is saying that? I think we have
Clement.
Clement. Yeah, thank you. We have Clement.
I said simple. It's simple. Simple.
Simple. Okay. So let's go through them and see what we have. So the very first, okay, someone is trying to tell me, okay, avoid repetition. Avoid repetition. Okay, so the very first guy is what? We want to choose the right chart type. That is very, very important when we design visual. You must choose the right chart type. So depending on what you are trying to visualize, that is what is going to determine the chart type you are going to visualize. So you are going to use. So if you are trying to visualize two quantitative variables, I believe by now we know the meaning of quantitative variables. Quantitative variables, basically they are numbers, you understand? So you are trying to visualize two quantitative variables. The visual you are going to be using is going to be different from when you are trying to visualize a category and another quantitative variable. You understand? So even when we are not trying to visualize time series, it's going to be different from non-time series. So if I'm trying to visualize managers, the amount of sales they have made in each month, the amount of sales managers have made, total amount of sales. That is going to be different from when I'm trying to say that, okay, how much did we make every day of this year from January to December? The charts you are going to be using is going to be different. So we must learn to use the right chart type. The moment you use the wrong chart type, then that is a suicide mission. You understand? So we must be clarity. You have to remove ambiguity. Don't use figures that or numbers that your audience will not understand. So for example, some people in a visual, they will be putting exponential raised to power 9. You understand? All these things are very ambiguous. Not everybody understands what you mean by that. So it has to be very clear, non-ambiguous. Very clear. Ask yourself, will somebody misinterpret this thing? The moment you say yourself you are misinterpreting it, or you can give it to me, it is automatically ambiguous like that. Is that okay, guys? Then color. So what the thing about color is that you must let your color lead the eye. Don't just use color because you like color blue. Nobody cares whether you like it or not. Or you like pink. Nobody cares about that one. Use colors effectively. Use colors to show, to guide people. So I had a webinar on Saturday. I was saying that when you use colors in charts, you must use it with a purpose, so that when you use it, it strikes a chord in the mind of whoever is checking it. For example, I was using the example of a RAM. We all know RAM now. Somebody's not answering me. Guys, we all know RAM. We know or sheep, but what do they call it?
Which
Yeah.
type of RAM?
Me, I don't know. I'm for the
Linear RAM or computer RAM?
oh, it is animal RAM.
Linear.
So you know, in that RAM now, we see some they will be white, all true, but in just maybe in the stomach alone, or in the ear alone, or in the eyes alone, you just have a black line. There is no way nobody will want to describe that RAM. They will say, that RAM that is big in front in that place, that has one black something on the ear. Wouldn't they use it to describe? Which means that you are trying to call attention that you are not talking about another RAM. You are talking about just one RAM. You understand? So you use color effectively like that, so that the moment you use that color, you are using it to call the attention of somebody to something. And we have clutter. We want to reduce cognitive load. So what we mean by clutter is that those elements in your visual that do not add to understanding the visual. So it's not compulsory to use grid line. If grid line we know how to understand it. Why do you bold? Why do you put icons on visual? You don't need those things. The key question is, does it add to understanding? As long as if there is something that is going to tell you the meaning of that. For example, some people, they are going to use y-axis, and they are, you know what we mean by y-axis now. And they're also going to label your bar chart again with the data. So on top of each bar, they are going to put the number there. That is, you already have something telling you what it is. So why should you repeat information? So someone says avoid repetition. So when you are avoiding repetition, you are reducing cognitive load. Cognitive load is that because for each thing you add, the brain, the eyes, of whoever is using it is absorbing everything as an information that he or she wants to process. So if you use 5 colors, the brain is going to see 5 colors and trying to process it that, okay, what is it trying to say with these 5 colors? Meanwhile, it's trying to say nothing. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? So we want to use colors effectively, just like 2 colors, and that's all, black and white, white and blue, very simple stuff like that. Then you want to put a context. At the end of the day, not everybody do this. You want to be able to tell a story. Tell a story. No matter how simple, tell a story. Like in secondary school or this primary school, if they are doing, what is the name of this thing they do at the end of the year? That they give students prize.
Prize giving day.
Yes, prize giving. Then when they do prize giving day, end of the year party. So when they do those things, let's assume as a parent you did not go with your child and you are actually expecting your child to get a prize. I mean, what matters to you when he or she gets home is kilogbe, prize logba. Like, what's your position? How many prizes did you collect? You understand? You have. Okay, I'm on the second position. Yeah, that is the story already. But you are showing a chart. We don't even see there is no order to what you are showing. People are finding it difficult to see the rank. You understand? You are showing the result of managers of regions, and we can't quickly know which region is the highest selling region. It is not yet an effective vision. So it has to be able to tell a story that, oh, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. Stories are simple as that. So, and that is, I believe you guys, I sent a video to us in the group now. Did you see it?
Yes, sir. So
did you see it, the video? You can see now, that video was able to, anyway, the right chart was selected. The only thing was that number 2, 3, 4, and 5 was where there was a lot of problems, especially with clutter. And you can see how that chart became so much better. Or was it not so much better at the end of the day? Maybe I'm just biased. I should ask yours. Will you go for the colorful one or the or the last one? Maybe I should play it in case some of us, I believe we all see it now. We saw it already, so. Right? The guys are not talking.
We saw it briefly. We saw it.
Okay, so some people were very busy. So we have what we call get start principles of visualization. You can read more about it. I can send some articles to you, but these are principles that you can effectively use to in your visual, because and many of these are scientific, because even though it is about the eye, but sometimes it is as if once you see, it goes to the mind before going to the brain. I don't know how to put it. Like, it goes to the mind and it tells you something, and that is how what's it called? What do they call this thing? Trying to when you are saying something and it's not the actual thing that is there. So it's about the mind a lot of times. So you can use principles like proximity principle, Gestalt principles of visual perception, similarity, and inclusion. And I'm going to quickly show us an example. So if you see this very first slide now, guys, you will see now that in this very first guy, or should I ask us? Zainab.
Sir.
What can you see in this very first one? This very first, the one I'm circling, what can you see? Adeni Jimosumola, prepare to go for the second one. So Zainab, over to you.
Okay. They have alternating, each rows have alternating colors.
Yeah, thank you. I've heard what I want to hear. Adeniji, can you quickly say something? Each rows have alternating colors.
Say something about the first one or second one.
Second one.
Is the columns that have the alternating colors.
Yes. Look at now. You can see now that you guys were trying to describe.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Columns.
I said columns have the alternating colors.
I hope I started recording.
For the second one.
Yeah. Let me just check if I'm recording.
And then the colors are more striking. Okay. The red particularly.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can see now when they were trying to describe, someone said she used rows to describe. And for the same number of dots, of circles, someone uses columns to describe. This is just by using colors, principle, similarity. So the similarity in the rows was what someone used to describe, and similarity in columns was something, which means that if you want someone to see rows first in your data, you have to put similarity between the rows. It's because the columns, this, you know, I did not draw any line now, but you guys are seeing columns in the second one, and we are seeing rows in the first one. Why? The same dot though, but it's just about similarity. You are seeing rows in one, and you are seeing columns in the other. The same points, the same circles. Although the colors are different, but it's not even about the color now. I mean, but you can see just arrangements. They are similar along a particular direction. Then that is how your eyes is going to see it. Your eyes is not going to see it in any other direction. So in the very first one, you are likely going to be reading the data row by row. In this one, you are going to be reading the data about column by column. You get what I'm trying to say, guys?
Yes.
So over here now, let me just quickly go through it. This middle one now, what we can see now is, or can somebody help me? Let me just call on Ibrahim Alarape.
Sir, please come again, sir.
So can you tell me what you can see? Just compare and contrast these two slides. These two.
Yes.
These two. Compare and contrast what you can see.
Okay. Yes. For the first one, the rows were all together. For the second one, the columns were separate, were very separate. You can easily see it.
Yeah, you can do better.
We have space in.
I want you to use more descriptive words. Yeah.
Yes, we have space in between them, and we can see that we have 3 columns together.
You just
for the second one.
You hit the nail on what I wanted to mention. 3 columns.
Yes.
It's not that there are 3 columns actually. You understand? But your eyes is saying 3 groups already. Just because of arrangement, proximity. I remember when we were in high school. So in high school, you know, we have SS1A, SS1B, SS1C. Then you have SS2A. I don't know, depending on how large the school is, but basically most schools are like that. 2A, 2B, 2C. Is that not so? So on the assembly ground, each class is going to stand like 1A, 1B, 1C. Then there's going to be a gap between 1 and 2, SS1 and SS2. Then there is going to be more gap between SS2 and 3. So the gap between the SS1, 2, and 3 is wider than gaps between what? A and B, B and C. But eventually the number of rows, the number of columns of lines you have may be 6. But because of arrangement, just look at what Ibrahim said. He said 3 columns, trying to say that there are 3 groups and everything is appearing as a group in this very first one. You understand what I'm trying to say, guys? So we can see now, so principle of proximity.
The closeness is different.
Yes, so you can use principle of proximity to communicate something without saying. You are not saying it, but just because of arrangement, it can tell a lot. And that is what is happening here. You have not seen, Ibrahim, have you seen this slide on my computer before?
No, I have not seen it before.
So if you have not seen it before, how come you are able to describe it accurately? It's just because of...
because the second one, the way the columns were arranged,
exactly what I'm trying to say.
We can easily see it.
Exactly what I'm trying to say, that with visuals, we can communicate things without speaking, without even putting it there, that there are 3 groups. You mentioned it yourself. I did not mention it. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, and this last one, what are you saying? Let me call on Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman, is it Adebayo? Which Abdurrahman now?
Adebayo is here.
Okay, so can you say something about this third guy?
So it's also the same. Rose is basically between.
Abdurrahman, I can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
I said it's the same proximity principle. There's space in between each row.
No, don't talk about principle. Talk about what you are saying. That's what I want.
I can see that the rows, there's space in between each row.
No. Don't talk about space now. Talk about what you are saying. We all know there's space between everything, basically. What are you saying? Describe what you are saying.
I'm seeing rows, but then.
Thank you. Thank you. I got what I need. Thank you. Abdurrahman is seeing rows, and everybody is seeing rows, basically, just because of what? Arrangement, proximity. The gap, if you look at it, guys, are we following me? Are we getting what I'm trying to show us?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Because it's very important you know these principles, not by knowing in terms of there are 5 principles or no, but in terms of application. The gap between here and here is wider than the gap. This, let me just undo. It's wider than this gap.
Between the rows is more than that of between the columns.
Yeah. Yes. So it is making you to sit everything as a row. So eventually now, let's assume you want to draw a table. It's not every time you need to put line in your table. if you can effectively space, you don't even need to use multiple colors in your table. If you can effectively space your gaps between the rows and your column, people are going to see what you are trying to say immediately. When you have a table, you understand what I'm trying to say. No, table is arranged in rows and columns. So it all depends on what you want people to see first. You decide for yourself. You know, this one looks so flat and boring. This one, does it not look so flat and boring? Yes, it is. But so maybe you have a data now, you have categories, and in those categories, maybe this one is sales, and this one is sales YOY, then profits YOY. You can see now you have grouped them, sales, profit, and this one is now discounts YOY. Just by accurately spacing. You don't need to put like that, okay, this is one group, this is another group, this is another group. No, people are saying it automatically before even reading your data at all. They are saying 3 groups. So you can see now focal points. What are we saying here? You immediately see the red dots now in the center. So you are calling attention there, basically. That's what I'm trying to say, that use color meaningfully. Everything is black, then we have a red somewhere. Your attention is there. So eventually, we have seen this slide before when we talked about Excel, in creating dashboard in Excel, that you want to answer this question, that it is very important before you start your what's it called now? Your dashboard task. You have to draw a plan. You need to have a plan, like an architect. You can't build the house without a plan. Is that not so? Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, engineer Naima, I've not heard your voice. So. Naima.
I'm with you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. So, engineer Mikhail, I cite you. So now we have what, where, how, and why. These are the questions you basically want to answer. And what we mean now is that you need to organize your structure. Maybe you want to put a map somewhere, you want to put comparison, you want to put your top customers over time. You need to arrange it and plan. You understand? You need to arrange and plan. You don't just go about design. A lot of people always think that this wastes time. You understand? Especially starters. Starters, or what is it, not starters, beginners. They always think that this task wastes time. But it doesn't waste time, it saves you time. Because if you don't do it, what happens is that you jump into your dashboard, you start creating bar chart, everything. At the end of the day, you begin to say that, okay, let me do this, don't let me do this. You begin to delete and add, adjust. Okay, let me put it here. But if you are flying where you are going, then everything is going to be okay. So what are those things we can do again? When you want to create your charts, you need to align your tasks. When you want to create the dashboard, dashboard basically consists of several charts on a single screen. So we need to make them align. So how do you make chart align? You understand what I mean by alignment? Now, they must start from the same vertical point, the same horizontal point. So it has to have an order. Don't just scatter everything everywhere. So, which means that you can use grid. There's grid line, grid. There's grid in your Excel. There's grid in Power BI. So you need to use grid. Eventually, at the end of your task, you are going to be removing those grids because it's just in the background. So what is another thing? So grid, you use it to correct your alignment. You can see now you use it to correct your alignment, basically, so that everything starts. And there must be appropriate spacing too. You can see now the space between these charts, this chart, there must be appropriate spacing. And sometimes you can plan your task, your work, so that you have the same gap. Because if you don't have the same gap, if it's not almost the same, you are also communicating something else. Your user will be like, okay, is he trying to say something? They will be reading information that you are not trying to communicate. Just like we talked about principle of proximity before. So if it is uniform, they are not reading any information. They are seeing everything as one dashboard. But the moment it is, you have wide gaps between one another, then you are like, okay, maybe this is another group. It's going to be communicating that. Although you are not communicating it, but that is what your audience is going to be seeing. And remember, you are not designing for yourself. You are designing for your audience. Are you guys getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
So you need to also use the right background. You want to bring life to your charts, to your dashboard. So you need to use the right background that is going to bring your chart out. So I'm still going to talk a bit about it. So you need to select the right background. You can see now, look at this one now. You just have everything we can't see very well. So, and we can't see very well. Look at now. So sometimes, look at now, black and white. Can you see how it comes out? So there's nothing wrong in black and white sometimes, but you need to choose it effectively. You need to choose black and white effectively. There are other colors you can use, white and blue. White and yellow are very similar. You can't use both of them together. So basically, you want to use contrasting colors. I'm going to show you what we mean by contrasting colors very soon. So let me move away from here. So let us quickly jump into, I'm going to come back to this visual, you understand? Because I still have some things I want to show us. Yeah, we still have a lot of things to cover. We still have a lot, but we need to work. We need to do some work in Power BI. Are we guys good to go? Are you guys good to go?
good to go, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So this page one, basically we were just showing all our work on the table to make us see what we are doing. It doesn't have any other purpose. It is not for any reporting task. Are we getting it, guys? So I'm basically going to remove these pages because when I remove these pages, it doesn't delete the measures. My measures are still intact. I only use all these pages to just make us see what we are doing. Is that okay, guys? So we want to plan our task first. So what do we do is the question. We want to plan our task first. So we can also plan on this guy. We can build a plan. We can build a plan in our Power BI. Not for you. You don't need to do it in Power BI when you are working. It's because I want you guys to see what I'm doing. You understand? Oh, what can we use? Where can we use? So basically, what do we want to show? We want to show the plan. We want to have a plan now. So basically, what we want to show is, maybe I should do it in Excel. Yes, I need to do it. Where's Excel? So that it doesn't come, there's no condition. So eventually what we want to do, our plan. You know, we did something like this when we were creating a Z dashboard now. So we want to basically have, we want to have something on top that says that, what's the name of our supermarket? Which name should we use? Is there anybody that owns a supermarket here in our class? Or that wants to have a supermarket? Is there anybody? Guys are not answering me. Okay, let me combine some people's name. I don't even know how to combine now. Okay, somebody is in our class. The person's name is Corporate Performance Management. So let's use that person's name, Corporate Performance. I don't know that they give people this kind of name. Corporate Performance Management Dashboard. So you want to actually have a title. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say in your dashboard. And eventually we want to be able to have some key KPIs. Like when I talk of KPIs, I want to see like total sales that is made. So I just want to see it, nothing else. I want to see total profit. I want to see total discounts. Are we guys together? I want to see total customers, maybe. I also want to see maybe number of transactions. Is that okay, guys? So these are important KPIs. So most of organizations, they have this KPI like, okay, in this year, we want to make so amounts. Is that not so? Does it not happen? So we have this, and at the end of the day, we are not trying to build, what are those things we want to put we want to build some, we want to answer questions about when, or which one should we start from? Let's check our data. You need to check your data. What do you have? We have calendar, we have customers, geography. So we want to check, we want to answer questions about where, and we want to see sales by region. Is that okay, guys? Sales by region. We also want to see, we want to have, that's going to be, when is that, not when, we want to have questions about, is it when? When is time, right? So we want to have something about when too. So sales by time, basically. So let me just put time, which can be month, tell me now, month, quarter. I think we have quarter. And month, quarter, what again? Yeah. We can also have week if we want. Guys are not talking now. We are tired.
No, we are just enjoying you. We enjoy watching. Should I say? I enjoy watching.
So I've turned to macaroni now.
What do you want to hear? What do you want us to say?
I thought it covered Diolo. People enjoy that.
It's actually captivating. I mean, I would like to see that because I tried this dashboard thing after a while, but I realized I can't really, my imagination is not that great. I need to be able, I think if there is like a table of context that someone can follow, I think this will be it.
Yeah, I'm
Because
eventually
I'm like,
going
okay,
to. Yeah, people are always finding it difficult to actually do dashboards.
I
But
didn't get
think,
that. My internet is freezing.
okay.
What did you say?
Honestly, that's the problem I also have to building dashboard. Thinking of the 2+2 to add together to make 4. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm going to show you some principles and some, I won't call it shortcuts, some, what do they call it now? It's not shortcut, what do they call it now? Hints, or what do they call this thing teachers give to before exam?
You do it your
AOC.
AOC, yeah. So something like that. So, and I'm going to show us. Just hold on.
Your mouth. So what do you want to eat? You don't want anything again. You want some water.
So sales by time. Okay, I thought I was trying to do something, but so we can also have we can plan everything we want to do basically. And you can see people always, the problem is that people always jump to visualization first. That's not the gist. So we can have where and can have our, you need to check your visual again. What do you want to communicate? Then we check the point I have. So I have purchasing channel. I have purchasing channel. I have geography. I have products. So I want to check which categories. Let us check the number of categories we have. We check categories. We want to check the number of categories we have. Category. So Temitope.
Yes.
What tool? You said it's always difficult or something. What tool are you trying to use to build dashboard previously?
I didn't get that.
You said something about you've been trying to build dashboard. It's always difficult also. So
yes,
when with what tool?
I might be able to get the.
Is it in our class or somewhere else?
It's not actually the building. I think it's me being able to interpret properly and answer this question of where, when, and at the same time not clogging the dashboard. I mean, I think one can clog the
Yes, you can clog. You can clog. And you need to know what you are designing for. So eventually that's the first question. What are you designing for? You are designing for a screen, for a computer. You are not designing
for the most important rule to play by when designing a dashboard? Because I actually got a data from work and I really wanted to use that to create a dashboard, but I just couldn't visualize. I couldn't imagine. I could not.
Just follow along. There is no, the question you asked is no answer. Everything we have been doing since morning are those things you need eventually, even since we started our class, you understand? So just follow along and you are going to see the process and you are going to see what we are going to come up with. Is that okay? So sales by products category. We can also want to see, you can do something like this, top 5 customers. Top 5 customers of, top 5, let's just do top 5 states, not customers. We can do top 5 customers. Should we do, let's check. We have category. What top should we do? Should we do top 5 customers or top 5 states? Let's see, how many states do we have? I think we have quite a number. You want to see the top 5 states that are, okay, let's just do top 5 states. And we want to do a bottom 5 states too. And it remains this space now. We are assuming this is everything we want to have on our dashboard. All right, guys, we can increase the size of all these KPI we have on top, but we are not going to have anything more. Maybe we just have slicer. But it means we still need to put something here, or you increase the size of something like this. So it can be something like this. We don't know how it is going to come out yet, or you find something to add here again. So we have where, when, and this is like what. And this is also still where, when. This is also where too. Where, this is also where too. You can see now, we have where, when, where. So basically, I think it's going to make more sense to have them together. Where? You understand what I'm saying? So that the eyes quickly read it together. When? Don't confuse people. And we can even stop at this. Sincerely, we can stop at this, or we can add more. You understand what I'm trying to say, guys? Let us just make do with what you have now. And I think let's make do with what you have now. Guys, is that okay? Let's just do a very simple one. Let me do this. You can see how color is very important now. See how dry this one is, and see how everything comes out better with this. You know, we have not even put any visual on it. Guys, is that not so? Guys are not answering.
Yes, yes.
But you can see the difference in what you are saying. Is that no difference? You can see one better than the other. Look, so. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So let us just set out and design this. But one thing I did not mention in our previous class, which I think is very important, I mentioned, is that remember we created explicit measures, right? We created several explicit measures. We have revenue, we have different ones, but we have implicit measure. We use our implicit to create an explicit, and we continue using that base explicit measure of revenue in our formula. Remember, we only talked about sales. We did not even talk about profit at all. Is that not so? So the same way we did YOY, sales last year, percentage sales, we can also do percentage profits, profits last year, month on month, what's it called? Month on month profits, month on month discounts, month on month transaction. You can do all those things. I believe we know how to do it already. Yes or no? That's a question for us. That was a question for us. I was asking, do we know how to do what I'm saying already? What I was saying already?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, so I only showed us example with sales as revenue, but you can eventually do all those guys. So again, I was also mentioning something about in one of my classes about reports and dashboard. And sometimes even I've said it several times today in class, we have been saying dashboard, dashboard, dashboard. That is just in the general language of visualization. But in the language of Power BI, which I want to just show you in my slide, what we have is, where's my slide? I believe you can see my slide. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Yeah. So what are the differences between reports and dashboard in Power BI environments? This is specific to Power BI environment. So when you are on your desktop and you are combining different reports together, it is a report. So eventually, this thing that we designed there as a general term that we call dashboard. But when you come to Power BI, it is a report. And when you even come here, this is your report view. We are in our report view. So you want to create a report page now. So when we now finish our work, we have what we call publish here. We are going to publish to Power BI service. You need to have a Power BI account. You need to have signed up. I've sent us a video about that. If you have not done it, you need to do it. You need to have your account, your pro account, to be able to work with Power BI service. So what are the other differences? You have full authoring capacity in reports, but you have limited authoring capacity in your dashboard that we have published somewhere. We also have, you cannot scroll. You just have a single page here. Can you see now that you have a single page here? So, so these are the differences. There's no share button after publishing to Power BI service. You can share. It can be saved on your computer. You can see this file now. This Power BI file. If I've designed a report, I can save it on my computer, and I save it, and I can send it to you. You understand? So, but you cannot do like that to dashboard. You can only share it online with someone that needs to have access. So, and then that's basically what that about that. So a lot of people, including myself, we just call what we are designing, they just call what they are designing now on this page. They call it a dashboard. You understand? As a general term. Guys, do you get that?
Yes.
As a general term. But in the ideal sense, what should they have been calling it?
Report.
Yes. When you don't use English for it though, because if you are trying to use English, the implication now is that you are, it's not English definition, you understand? So that is first thing I want to talk about. The second thing I want to talk about is this guy, choosing the right charts. Okay, let me do this. How do we choose the right charts? People are always confused about where is it? I'm sorry, guys. Can you see now? People are always confused. I think I've talked about it briefly. But what we have here, it tells us how to choose right chart. And it tells you that, okay, depending on what you want to do, these are some charts you can use. But this is not very interesting. What is more interesting is what I want to show us now. Remember in my last class, I showed you a website, SQL BI. Can you remember, guys? Where I said some guys are like, where I talked about Marco Russo and Alberto Ferrari. Can you guys remember? So when you come to their website, I'm going to send it to us eventually. So Marco Russo and, okay, I think I need to, I have it on my computer already anyway. So you can see now what they have here is, this is a visual reference. This visual reference consists of everything in Power BI. Can you see this guy that we have here? So when you want to make a comparison, what do? These are the charts you can use, change over time, the charts you can use, ranking, spatial, path to whole, single, narrative, correlation, distribution. But it seems we cannot download it directly. You need to put your email here. So I'm going to search it on my own computer. I have it somewhere so that I don't need to just first download it. So I'm going to send this visual reference to us. Is that okay, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to send it to us, but I really want to see.
Yes, sir.
Where is it? Where is it on my computer? Where is it on my computer? I got you. Oh, we don't want.
We need.
So can you see now the visual reference? So I just want to quickly explain what it means to us because it could be a bit confusing. So when you come down here, there's a legend there, which you need to pay attention to. Can you see now that we have recommended, we have something there, we have this is a better alternative, don't use in the category. And we have what we call built-in visual, which means that some visuals are built in inside Power BI. So what we mean now is that, can you see now that when you want to make a, let us just talk about changing time. Look at this change over time. Can you see now that line charts, spark line, and card with state, they have a background like gray. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes, so what it means is that is the recommended chart you have to use whenever you want to do anything about change over time. Can you see? Recommended. Are you guys following me?
Yes.
Yes. Then let us go up again and see that change over time again. So all this one that has white background, they are saying don't use them whenever you want to do change over time. Are you following me? Then these ones that have, I think, what color is this? I don't know color. Ladies, you know colors very well. All these ones. You can see there are one categories. That's just one category. So what are they saying? They are saying that you can, there is a better alternative. So it's like, don't use them too. It means that these guys, there's a better alternative. These guys. So, and what are the other alternatives? The other alternative is basically these guys. These are the better alternative, but it doesn't mean that it's the best. We have already seen the best, right? I've shown you the best one that you have to use these three guys. So that is how everything in this visual. So it tells you what you can use, what you can't use. The other thing is that you can see now for some visuals, can you see that we have an icon there? This icon, this Power BI icon, this yellow icon. So what it means is that it is natively available in Power BI. This icon. But this one, it means that you have to go somewhere to download this. You have to go somewhere to download this. This is available. This is available. You have to go somewhere to download, go somewhere to download, go somewhere to download. Do you understand what it means now? Guys? So where is the somewhere we are going to download? The somewhere we are going to download is this. I'm coming back to my Power BI screen now. You can see now that this is our visualization thing. I believe we have seen it already, guys. Have we not seen it? By the way, you guys need to go and install the November edition of Power BI. There is a new visual that is added here, so you need to go and install. I deliberately didn't install because of us. I want us to use the same thing to work. Is that okay? So the November edition is out. So go and install.
How do we get the
just go to the same website that you installed. Just go and do it. Same website that you installed the previous one. So these are some visuals natively available, but it doesn't mean that those are the only visuals available. If you are signed in, you can come over here and click on Get More Visuals. Can you see Get More Visuals? And it's going to take you to a marketplace. Yes, I call it a marketplace, where you are going to see a lot of visuals. So it's trying to take me there. You need to be connected to the internet. It's basically like as if you are going to Play Store, something like that. Okay, I think we have the screen now. So can you see now, these are other visuals. We have a whole lot of them. I believe you can see my screen, right? Guys are not answering.
No, I think we change over time, ranking, spatial.
Okay. What's happening? I'm on Power BI screen. So you didn't know how I got here. Okay, let me just do it again. Can you see my Power BI screen?
Yes.
Okay. So in this Power BI screen, can you see now that we have visuals? This is where you pick your visuals that you want to use. These are the visuals that are natively available in Power BI, but we have a lot of them. We have other visuals, which you can come over here. Can you see these 3 dots? I click on Get More Visuals, and it's going to take me to the marketplace. Oladepo. Is Oladepo in class? Okay.
I'm with you, sir.
Is it market or market? Before he sends me out of class.
It's market.
Okay, thank you. I've heard you. When you want to enter vehicle, say you are going to market. So you can see now we have a lot of visuals. You can select some. So it's basically, you just have to click on it, and it's going to allow you to import it to Power BI. Let me just demonstrate what I'm trying to say. Can you see this? Which one should I use? You can go to categories and we go to advanced. Okay, let's go to time. And yes, we have this bullet chart, and you can see loading data is trying to download it for me. So you can basically download it inside Power BI. But when you want to do a new project, you need to do download. It is this one I'm downloading now, it stays on this Power BI file. If I open another Power BI file, I need to re-download. So you can see get it now, and I'm going to get it, and it's going to come over here. I'm going to have it added as a visual. Do you guys get what I'm trying to demonstrate to us? Yes, no, no, yes. So can you see the new guy now? Import custom visual. The visual was successfully imported into this report. We are all happy. Is that not so? So you can see the visual now. This is the new visual that we have. This guy. Can you see it? Okay. So now we have a plan. We don't want to use this white background to work in our visual. So I want to first of all change the background. Guys, is anybody with me, or we are just watching?
With you.
No. Is anybody working with me, or we are just watching?
Me, I won't lie, I'm watching.
Okay.
Because I've missed some classes. So
the people that I know that are the interpreters, they don't lie. So I know you are not lying.
So I'm not fully caught up. So
it's okay. So who is with me? Who is doing it with me?
So I'm doing it with you, but my network is just fluctuating.
Yeah, sorry.
I can hardly hear you since I'm just trying.
But it's not a problem from my side, right?
No, it's not from your side. I guess it's from my side.
Okay. So nobody is doing it as I'm doing.
I'm doing it now. I'm following you.
Okay, apart from you, any other person? Okay, we want to change, you can see this background, it is white. We want to change the background. So how do we change background? This is our screen. Can you see over here now? We have values. Sorry, let me just do something. Clear all drawings. Sorry, let me just go back. You have to make sure that you are on your screen, like it's activated, and you can see values, and we have filters, formats. This is it over here. If you are trying to see what I'm saying, values, and we have the second guy, which is the format. So if you want to edit anything, you actually have to come to your format. You need to come to format, and I'm going to click on this guy, the format, and I'm going to come to page background. And can you see color? I'm going to change the color to something not black, but very close to black. And it's not showing, you need to change the transparency. And we have it, and we can, okay. So that is one thing we can do. Let me remove this guy. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to basically use the templates we built to work. So we come to insert, or let's leave that for now. Let us just do our, these guys, where is my Excel file? Yes, we want to do total sales, total profits, total discounts. So now how do we do total profits? We create a card visual. We have what we call a card visual. If you want to see card visual, you can see it over here. I'm just going to click on card visual. We also have what we call multi-card visual, multi-row card visual. So we just click a card visual, and you can see the visual now. And what do I want to put inside? What do I want to put inside? Anybody? I want to put my revenue or my sales inside. So I can basically check revenue. So the moment I check the box, it's going to have it, and I'm having 2.30 million. But the moment I have 2.30 million, I need to let people know what's this 2.30 million cost stands for. So for each visual, you are going to have a what? A format again, a format pane. Let me show you what I'm trying to say. This is my format pane, this guy. And I'm going to come to, can you see title? I can switch on my title. The moment you switch on your title, you are going to see something, and I expand this guy, and I can now put a title, and I need to put sales because that's my, so sales. And we have edit 1, edit 2, we can change it to edit 2. I think it's going to be a bit bigger. And you can put it in the center. You can increase the text size of that sales. Is that okay, guys? So you can basically do anything related to format. So that is about sales. Can I continue, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So we basically repeat the same process, the same process, the same process. So what we can just do is we can just copy and paste so that you don't have to do formatting again and again all over again. So you just select your visual and you copy and paste because we want to do something similar. And we need to manage our space. You can see now it's automatically aligning it. That's one good thing about Power BI. Can you see now there is a line, a dot line. If it's okay, I drop it. If it's not okay, I'm going to adjust it. So I have sales again. What do? I just remove the sales and I'm going to put what? Profits. Profits. So this is my profit, and I'm going to come to format pay. I just come to title and I change that sales to what? The profits. Are we okay, guys? Yeah, Oladeko, please. You want to say something, please? I'm with you.
No.
Okay, so it doesn't mean this is perfect. We can see we have a lot of space. We can reduce the size. You can reduce the size, okay. Eventually, you can even decide the size you want to work. This is this guy. We can come to format pane again, and you can check. You want to make all of them to be uniform. This is general. We have S position. You can see width and height. So this is height of 80, and this guy is 240 width. So let us just use 250 to be sure. And we just use 250 for everything, because we want to have like 4 of them or 5 of them. So this guy also, I come to format pane, general, and width. I'm going to change it to 250. Are we together, guys? And I'm going to basically do Ctrl+C, and I'm going to Ctrl+V it. You know, I have the size I want to use already. So everything looks uniform. So, and we want to make sure that, so it looks good. Profit, I think we want to have total discounts. What is the total discount that we have in our supermarket? Where is discount? Can't even find it. Discount, where are you? Okay, I found you. Okay, we remove the previous guy and you check the box and you change the title. Are we together? So we can see now that it looks like we are repeating the same step, but discounts. And we want to do total number of transactions.
Customer. The customer.
Okay, total number of customers. Yeah, I got that.
Yes.
We come over here.
Also.
So we may just stop at customers, and we come to what the one way you can do customer is you come to the customer. We want to count total number of customers, right? We have customer ID. Yes. You can use customer ID. You want to do because let me just show you what I'm trying to say. If you bring customer ID here, what is going to happen? So you can see now it's telling you which is not what you want. What can you do? What can you do? You can write a measure for it. You can see we don't have a measure for it. You can write a measure that is going to count for you. So count, distinct count. You want to do a distinct count of customer ID. That is basically the number of customers you have. Is that not so? Because each customer is going to have a unique ID. You can see what happens now. So there is no, it doesn't mean that everything just going. You can always like some little back and forth, but if you follow the right step, the little back and forth you are going to do is going to be little. So we already know how to create a measure, and I'm trying to create a measure. Where are you? Okay, and so customer count. I believe you can see my screen.
Yes.
Why are we doing customer count again? Me, I've done
we don't have
count.
How do you do your customer?
And it worked.
How do you do it?
I just went to click on that arrow, and I clicked on distance count, and it gave me 793.
Yeah, I got that. So, but I want to show us how to do it without what's it called?
Okay,
with the explicit measure. So we have equals to distance count, and you are going to put what do you put? Sales customer ID.
You put revenue.
Why revenue? We are not talking about revenue now.
Okay. Sorry.
So you can see now, you can always add measures that you see, maybe when you have designed your dashboard. In fact, what we are doing now is what you should have done before creating any measure at all, to be frank. I mean, what we did here. So you now begin to ask yourself, okay, what measure, this plan that we have, where's the plan? This plan in Excel. Then you begin to ask yourself questions that, okay, do I have a measure that will give me total profits? Measure that will do this. Then you create measures for it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So we can put our customer counts here now. Or we can do, so you can see now, we can do it like this, or we can use our customer ID. We can use customer ID. And you know, I told you that you want to, some is the default one, but you have a lot of other defaults for your implicit measure, a lot of other basic aggregation. So you come over here. You can do it from, where are you? You can do it from, where is it? I can't find it again, as I know. Okay, you can do it from here. You can do it from here, and you click on this arrow. Can you see? And I have first, last, count, distance. And once I change it to count distance, it gives you something exactly like the one you use the explicit measure for. Can you see it's the same thing? Everything works, we are happy. So what we can do now is I observe that I just selected all of them together so that I can move them together. So now,
I need to change the title of the last one.
I need to what?
Change the title of the customer count.
Yeah, thank you for that. So you can see now, I have good student. You should be facilitator. I need to be resting now. Then Koya. So now so you can see now that we've done 1, 2, 3. So we want to do where now? Sales by region. Guys, is it making sense or not?
Very well.
Okay. So we can do sales by region, and when you want to do sales by region, it's a category. So you can use a bar chart or a column chart. So I want to use a, you know what we mean by column chart and bar chart? The horizontal one is this horizontal one is bar chart. Excuse me, please. You can have it. You just basically need to select that visual. It's selected now. You give it some reasonable size, and we come to D geography. That's where you select your category and you check your region. I have region now, and I can put what do we want to put now? We want to put someone should help me. Sales, yeah, sales.
Revenue or sales.
Yes. Just something very basic, and we have this. So if I were you, what I would have done, you understand? That's why a lot of work you do is not one time. I have southeast, south, northeast, south, south, southwest. If you are very sure your audience understands the meaning of SE, NE, SS, SW, what I would do is I will go back to Power Query and say, and go and generate can you see what I'm trying to say? Where you update your dimension, you are going to go back to Power Query because this Southeast is taking a lot of space that you don't want it to take. You are very sure already that your audience understands the meaning of SE. Is that not so?
So
that one needs to be there. If they don't understand, you can still do SE. You now have a place underneath where you say, okay, S is south, E is what? E is
east.
Yes. So what you just need to do is you come to, I believe you can see my Power Query editor now.
No, it's back to, yes, that's come.
Yeah. This is what happens when you design reports. When your guy say, oh, he doesn't like it like this, then you need to do something now. So we have this region column. You just come to add column, and you can use several methods, but I'm just going to use add column, and I'm going to say column from examples. And I'm going to click on from selection. I just want to use something similar to flash fill in Excel. We all know flash fill in Excel. So I want to use region as example. I'm just going to provide it an example, SW. SE, and it's going to give me an highlight of, we guys remember flash fill now in Excel.
Yes.
Can you see now that it's giving me the first hand of each alphabet?
Yes.
But it's not giving me correctly. So what I need to do is it's not giving me what I want. So I don't need to accept it yet. Can you see we have NRE here?
Example.
Yes, so you need to give it enough example so that it understands what you want to do. Just give it meaningful examples. I think everything looks good now.
There's still NRE though.
It's deciding to misbehave, but we will do it, we get it. What about now?
It's not okay.
I think it's okay. So you just need to give it examples and okay.
Yes.
Hello, Sam.
Yeah?
What is the balance of this summarization we are doing now of the regions, where we scale it on? Like now that you are summarizing it to SENE, like you are decoding, you are coding the regions, huh?
Yes.
Just to remove the space on the
no, you are going to see it. You are going to see it. So we can just call it region. I don't know. Let's just call it. Let's call this guy. What should we call it? You can call this guy region and leave this one as regions. You understand your work, and you can just. So this can happen in real life when you have done the work and somebody's telling you something you don't have in your data that, oh, go and do it like this. So you should know how to go back, and you are going to see what I'm showing you now in shortly. And we close and apply. Okay. We are waiting for it. It's loading into loading data to model. Clement, are we still together? Okay, we are done now. So we can now remove our region and add the new region. Is that not so? So we can. So we remove this previous region. And we add the previous region. I mean, the new region, sorry. We just check and uncheck the box. Don't mind it though, I just need to. So it's going to show me, can you see now SE? I have more space basically. You understand now? So the actual data is showing very well. So this color now, you can decide to change it. You come to your format again, and for this visual, and you can change your color. Data color, and you can change it to, let us use green or something. More colors, and we come over here, we can use green, I think. Oh, no. We can use a deeper shade of green. Is this okay, or what should we use?
So I think there should be a customized color for region.
Why?
I don't know.
So each region should have its own color?
No. As in, there should be a custom color that will be known to region generally.
Yeah, you can do it,
if you can
but
use
eventually
that,
you don't want to. You can do it, but eventually you need to be careful so that you don't use too many colors in your reports. You don't want to have like more than 2 or 3 colors eventually at the end of the day.
Okay.
You understand? So, but what you have said is good. You need to use color for a reason. So let's assume I have sales by region now. You understand? And this is sales by region.
Sam.
Yeah?
The question I was trying to ask earlier,
yeah.
What is the priority? The summary to get more space on the chart, or the not making the viewers of the visuals think too much? You know, there was one
okay.
of the principles.
Yeah. No, it's
so
just to have more space for your. It's just to have more space. If you are very sure they are
created more space, if they don't understand it,
yeah. It's just about space.
Okay.
Let's move all. So we can come over to please guys, some of us are disturbing with a mic. I'm trying to mute and we are unmuting ourselves again. So we want to do sales by product category now.
I'm sorry, hello. Please, can I quickly come in, please?
Please, just say what you want to say.
Okay. I'm sorry, sir. When you went back to transform data, did you added another column? Because my line was breaking, so I couldn't hear you well.
Yes, I added another column.
Okay, was it conditional column or index column? I'm trying to...
Conditional column.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So now, when you want to create a new visual, you need to be very careful. You need to go out of your previous visual. You can see I'm clicking on my screen now. So we need to go out of your previous visual to your blank screen, your canvas. I'm selecting my canvas. Then I want to create a new visual. I can create a bar chart again. And in this bar chart now, I'm going to have products. Is it product category? Let me check again. Yes, sales by product category. And I'm just going to come to the products. I'm going to come to the product. I'm going to have category.
Hey, sorry.
Please. I've been trying to unmute you for a while now. So now we have category and we have sales. And we can just basically change it to blue again to the previous color. So you come to format pane. Okay. Oh my. Who is holding my Power BI? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I just want to know where, okay. I'm sorry, something is not responding to me. Let's just hold on for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Temitope.
Yeah. Hopefully by the next class, I will meet up so we can work.
Yeah. Who is holding my Power BI not to work? Temitope, are you the one? I can see you are trying to say something that hopefully by next class you will release my Power BI. Is that what you are saying?
I wish I'm the one who did it.
Is that what you are saying?
That's not what I'm saying, no.
But why is it not? Let me just...
I'll catch up with the other recordings.
Okay. Just hold on for me, guys, please. Let's come back. The screen is blank now. It's just... So we basically want to change the color and we continue with other... Okay, I think it's back now. So Temitope 1, Abdulhafiz 2. Okay, so we change the data color again. I think it's not responding again. But this
the system is tired, it needs rest.
Yeah, the one with fire.
No, no.
The Temitope sent it to speak on our behalf, Abby. Just release it. We are concluding the class in like 10 minutes or 7 minutes, but everything has been fine until she started talking. Until Temitope started talking. Then everything decided not to respond.
So it worked now. I've released it.
You released it. Okay, let's check.
Yeah,
Mr. Ibrahim.
Oh, okay, maybe it's Ibrahim. Mr. Ibrahim Abi. Ibrahim Alarape. Don't worry, it's going to... Okay, let me show you.
It was locked out.
I don't know, technology failure, it happens. Okay, let's just hold on for that one and quickly show you something in my slide instead of wasting time. So we have things we've not talked about. So when we use pie charts, I believe you can see my slide.
Not yet.
What about now? Can you see my slide?
No.
No.
I can see the same one. No. Now it's blank.
I don't know you people are as powerful as this. Your power reach Zoom. Can we talk, right?
It's not even me again. I've added it over to my colleagues they've hijacked it, so it's no longer me.
I was trying, okay, what I want to say about pie charts basically is pie charts are good, and at the same time, they are not good. So what do I mean by that? When I say pie charts are good, and at the same time, they are not good, when you want to use pie charts, don't use more than 3 categories that you want to show on pie charts. So don't have like 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not, they are not, your audience are not going to understand what you are trying to show them with that when you are doing like that with pie charts. So basically you want to have like 3 categories. And why is that? When you use pie charts compared to bar charts, there's no problem when you have 3 or 4 bar charts in a particular report. There's no problem with it. You can have 4 reports, 4 pie charts, 4 bar charts, 4 column charts. It's okay. Don't, because you want to use a different chart, you are now using pie charts for a wrong information. It can be a wrong chart to use because it's very difficult for the eyes to visualize angles and see the difference. But when you use a bar chart or a column chart, the eyes can quickly know which one is the highest, the biggest, which is not easy to see with a pie chart. Is that not so? It's not easy to quickly see with a bar chart. So guys, what I'm saying in essence is that just use bar chart, pie charts when you just have like 2 or 3 items, and you can see now that the percentage between them, it's conspicuous. Like you have one 10%, another one 30%, another one 60%. You know, that one we can quickly know which one is bigger. But by the time you have 25, 26, it's going to be very difficult because you want your audience, without checking your data, the data labels, to quickly know which one is higher. You know, without even knowing any other thing, when you use a bar chart, just by the height or width of the bar or column chart, you can quickly know which one is the highest. Is that not so? Is that not so, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is that about pie chart. So when you want to use it, let me say, use it wisely, use it, don't just misuse it. So we need to be very careful about that. Is that okay, guys? Sincerely, my system is still trying to malfunction and come over. Then in talk where you see your work now. But God did. She's even confident to say she's handing over. Okay, let me restart the program. Can you still see my what's it called? My Power BI screen? You can see my slide now. Seriously?
Yeah.
But it's telling me it's not responding. Okay, it's not moving. That's the usual. I don't want to end meeting and start again. I think it's Zoom one. So that is that about pie charts. So it's not only pie charts, donut charts. We have what we call donut chart, or is it donuts? I don't know. So they are in the same category. Also, run away from 3D charts. They are not, and also run away from secondary charts with secondary axis. What I mean is, on the left-hand side, you have something, then on the y-axis, no, it's mostly overcomplication. So just run away from it And sometimes what you need is just a simple text. A simple what? A simple text. You don't need any other thing other than what? A simple text. For example, the KPIs we were doing, the profit, that's a simple text. So you don't need to put it on any visual, on any special visual, or make any component. Just make it appear. If what you are trying to say is just one or two figures, put it directly. Don't put it on a chart. Is that okay, guys? So, do you still have my Power BI screen now?
Yes, we can see the Power BI screen.
Let us check if everything is working now or not. It's not responding yet again.
I don't know why my own sales by category is different from yours.
What is your own showing?
Okay, you know your own office supply looks longer than others. My own, the 3 has almost the same bar length.
Okay, you can hover your mouse over it. I can't really say that instantly. What exactly is the issue? Because I didn't check your other work. I don't know what you, but what of this sales profit discount? Are they the same?
Yeah. Sales by region and the other row cards, they are the same.
Yeah, but I think you are correct. There's an issue with it. I'm going to fix it shortly. There is likely going to, yeah. Because when you check these sales and you try to add them together, it doesn't give you 2.30 million. So I think I was demonstrating, I use sales. Let me just use profits. I was demonstrating something about sales. And I changed it to something. Let me just check. You understand? So it's maybe problem from my own side, not your side.
The sales are the same thing with mine. Those sales, profit, discounts, and customer count is the same thing.
Yeah,
it's only these sales by category that are different.
Zainab, I said it may be an issue from my end.
Okay,
Maybe an issue. I was demonstrating something about sales to you, where I changed the summarization. I'm using cans. You can just change it to sum.
Okay.
You understand? So there's no problem. It's not from your end, it's my end. I was demonstrating something, if you can recall, for sales implicit measure.
Yeah.
But even this has taken over, technology is our organ now, so we can't really proceed. So maybe our time is up. So we'll continue from here then from our next class. The goal is that we want to complete this simple thing we have, but I think we have some challenges with technology today. We ought to complete this simple dashboard. We just want to have 5 or 6 visuals there, but we were unable to complete it and our time is up. So we just continued from here on. What's that day now? On Saturday. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ought to have really completed it, but so I'm sorry about that, guys. We hope everything works quickly. So and let us beg the Temitope and Co to not do as much as they are powerful.
God is not saying this time.
Yeah, Zainab, you are trying to say something.
I said, no, be my own village people, they work today.
Sometimes when you are doing something, they can be powerful than you. That's the issue. It may still be them, but they just became powerful than you. So the solution is you go and repent. So the solution is that you should go and repent. So I think everything works fine. We just need to, we basically start from here in our next class. So how was today's class? Somebody?
Fine, very fine.
Actually, it was interesting, but the network disappointed me a lot.
Okay.
But it was interesting.
Koya, you are trying to say something?
I thought I was the only one with the network problem.
I thought it was very fine.
Okay.
Kept saying unstable.
Okay, so thank you guys. I'll send the recording to us, and I hope we can pick up from where we stopped in our next class.
That's good.
Good night.
Yeah, take care. Bye.
Bye.